quite a ways away. After a while, Jensen says, well, that's our old boat.
Welcome to another episode of Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke.
And I'm Sabrina.
And today we have an exciting video for you from Canada. We are in our home province of New Brunswick. So today we're going to be having a lobster boil, which means we're going to be jumping on a boat with a lobster fisherman, sourcing our fresh Atlantic lobsters straight from the boat. We're going to be doing a little bit of a catch and cook. We're out here bright and early. It is quite rainy right now, but hopefully it clears up later. We're going to be doing a little bit of clam digging and visiting St. Andrews by the Sea. So we have an exciting episode for you. So let's get to clam digging.
Check out my outfit. We are all suited up for some clam digging. We are on Minister Island, which is just outside of St. Andrews. And this is a really awesome spot if you want to get some clam digging, only when it's low tide. So we're coming down here to check out the spots, pick some clams up, and get everything fresh. And my outfit is perfect for the occasion, and it's actually raining, but it's kind of turning into snow, but it should clear up later, so we're just gonna have to be a little cold for now.
The island that we're on right now, Minister Island, we just drove across a little road that is actually completely underwater when the tide is high. And the tides here on the Bay of Fundy in New Brunswick are the highest in the world. So we only have a few hours that we can dig the clams. So let's get started. So we've got our clam digging rake and we're out on the tidal mud flats here and we're looking for clams. So the first thing you're gonna look for is the little hole in the soil here. You can see a couple of them. I'll just go in deep and turn this up. And there we go. Soft shell clam. And the shell is a little bit broken, so we're not gonna keep that one actually. Let's try again. Nope, just broken shells. So there's a hole right here. We'll try this one. Go in deep underneath it and then pull up softly so that we don't break them. Oh yeah, there we go. There.
Let's see.
And that's a good size one, so we can keep it.
Perfect.
Soft shell clam. So we're gonna be out here for about an hour at least to try to get enough for our lobster boil tonight. And we'll make these clams up a couple different ways, but we'll keep digging for now.
Another one, but it's kind of small.
So what are your thoughts on first time clam digging?
It's hard, but it's a really fun activity. Kind of come out here and dig around and see what's on the beach. You see lots of periwinkles and different worms, so if you don't get any, at least you can come out to the beach and have a good time.
But we got some.
But we have some.
Oh, check this out.
Whoa.
So this is a bloodworm. It's the #1 predator of the soft shell clams, the ones that we're trying to pick today. So you'll always find them together.
Wow,
and
that's
then,
massive.
Yeah, these are used as fishing bait. Look at the size of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty large.
But we'll throw this one back. We don't eat these. So we're just about finished clam digging. We got quite a large bucket full of them. I think it's definitely gonna be enough, but we're gonna have to sort through these to make sure none of them have broken shells and that they're all over 44 millimeters, or you're gonna throw them back. So clam digging here is, anyone can do it. You don't need a permit or anything, but just check online, check the maps to make sure that the area that you're doing the clam digging in is open for the season. So now I think we're gonna head to pick up some periwinkles before the tide comes in. So we've come down to a different beach here. This place is covered with rocks that are all covered with seaweed. So it's perfect area for finding periwinkles. So I think right under here, I spotted some. So I just move this back and you can see right on the side here, these little periwinkles. And those will go nice with our lobster boil tonight. So we'll pick a couple dozen of those and that'll be nice and tasty. So we're all finished with picking up our periwinkles. We got all kinds of clams. The weather is supposed to clear up in a little bit, so we're gonna head home, wash up, and then go out later to get on the lobster fisherman boat to buy our lobster. So we're all freshened up and we are heading now to get our lobster. We're just on a ferry right now. We're taking the ferry to a place called Deer Island, and that's where we're going to be meeting a fisherman, hopping on his boat, pulling up some fresh lobster, and we're gonna buy those for our Atlantic lobster boil tonight. So we're just taking in the views of the Deer Island ferry right now.
I like the tall. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, 300?
285 days.
285. Wow.
That's the average day. We went late this morning. We didn't go to 7:15. We usually go between 5 and 6 o'clock. And we boat 12, 13-hour day every day.
Really?
6 days a week.
How long you had this boat here?
8 months.
8 months? Oh, wow.
That's our old boat right there.
Oh, that's your old boat.
Yeah. We seen it yesterday, didn't know it, because we never seen it. We did it before. We said, who's that boat? We're quite a ways away. After a while, Judson says, well, that's our old boat.
So we're on the fisherman's boat here. Dale is the fisherman. He's helping us out today. We're going out just offshore here to pull up a trap, and hopefully it's gonna be full of some delicious Atlantic lobster. So beautiful weather, and let's pull up some lobster. So we just pulled into the wharf now. I'm up on the wharf. They're just unloading all of today's catch, and that was pretty exhilarating to get on the boat and see them pull it fresh. So we're actually gonna buy some off Dale now to take home for our lobster boil.
Okay. Here, they'll come in right there. They'll get them, break it back in, okay? 13 pounds right there.
13 pounds. Perfect. We just got off the boat. We've got ourselves 13 pounds of Atlantic lobster, and which is quite a bit actually. I don't know how many there is in there, maybe 8 or 9. And Dale was just awesome. Nice trip on the boat. We're gonna head into St. Andrews now and take the afternoon off. So we've come about 15 minutes from the area we're staying in to St. Andrews, which is a tourist hotspot here in New Brunswick. It's this historic little fisherman's village right on the Bay of Fundy, famous for all kinds of different things, for its whale watching, also for the Algonquin, which is a famous hotel resort golf course here in St. Andrews, and of course all kinds of coastal activities. So the weather is beautiful. We're just taking in the views of the ocean, and then we're gonna head to eat some seafood here in a little bit.
We have come down to the wharf here in the center of St. Andrews, and we're checking out the water, and right now the tide is really low, but it'll only take about 6 hours for the tide to come back in. So twice a day the tides are coming in and out, and we have the highest tides in the world, so it's really incredible to see.
So we just spent a nice little afternoon here in St. Andrews by the sea. Beautiful weather today. Not as many tourists as you'll find in July or August. It's just the start of May now, but the weather is awesome. And there is a lot of famous places to eat seafood here in St. Andrews, of course, but there's one place in particular that is the most famous. So let's go. So we've come to lunch at one of the most famous places to eat seafood in this area, and this place is called Ossie's. It's been around since 1953, serving seafood takeout style only. So there's just a few picnic tables outside. We are sitting out, the weather is nice. It's just a 15-minute drive or so outside of St. Andrews to a place called Bethel, and then you'll find Ossie's. It's pretty much the only thing around, and it is an establishment. So we've got a maritime classic dish here, the lobster roll. So you can see this is basically like a hot dog bun or a sausage bun that has been stuffed full of lobster, and just look at those claw meats on top, that fresh Atlantic lobster. My mouth is watering. There's a little bit of coleslaw underneath, a little bit of mayonnaise. It looks like some lettuce in there too. And then on the side to wash everything down, we have a local type of ginger ale called Sussex Golden Ginger Ale, and it is my personal favorite. This just looks so good. I've never actually eaten at this place, but it's quite expensive for what it is, but I'm sure it's gonna be good because the ingredients are fresh. Okay, let me pull this guy out. I'm gonna make sure I get a nice big bite with that claw meat, my first bite. Let's try it. Oh man, that is the true Atlantic Canadian taste. That is so flavorful with that sweet, fresh Atlantic lobster on top. Big chunks of meat. They're not too tender. They do have a little bit of a bite to them, but that's how I like it, with that crunchy coleslaw underneath. And not a lot of mayonnaise, so it's not overpowering. And then you can see this bun is just super toasty too. Oh man, all together that is just absolutely incredible. And there is a lot of lobster meat in there. There are not a whole lot of dishes that represent the east of Canada well, but I would say that the lobster roll is certainly one of them, one of my favorites for sure. And you should know that all of the ingredients inside here, including the lobster meat, is served cold, so, sort of like a salad, like a lobster salad, inside of a nice, fresh, toasty, warm bun.
I haven't had a lobster roll in many, many years, and I am so excited, especially to try it in the place that was recommended to us as the best place to get seafood in all of New Brunswick. So this looks incredible. Hopefully I can get some lobster in my first bite. I'm gonna move it down. Oh my god, this is so good. This is seriously Atlantic Canada at its finest.
So Ossie's definitely has some awesome seafood. I give it 2 big thumbs up for the lobster roll. They're also known for their fried clams, but we're going to be making clams tonight. We didn't want to get too full because we're going to be having a big lobster boil here soon. So first though, there's another thing in this little area called Bethel that sells smoked salmon. So we're going to go get ourselves some right now. So we just picked up some smoked salmon from this place here called Oven Head. They specialize in smoked salmon, and that's all they sell. It's in this really cool rural setting, just sort of a family business, and we picked up 2 packs. It looks really good, and it's gonna go great with dinner tonight. So we just got back to the house we're staying at here, right outside of St. Andrews. We've got all of the ingredients that we've gathered throughout the day to cook our lobster boil tonight. But first we're gonna sample that smoked salmon that we just picked up at Oven Head. So we've opened up our beautiful smoked Atlantic salmon. You can see that smoked edge there, and as soon as I opened this, just filled the whole room with that aroma, super smoky aroma. It is beautiful smelling. So I'm gonna grab a cracker, one of my favorite ways to eat it, just on a cracker. So I'll take this piece and oh man, that looks absolutely beautiful. And I've also got some capers here. So I'll grab some of these capers, and this is the perfect way to enjoy a little bit of smoked salmon. That is absolutely delicious. One of my favorite snacks to have anytime that I'm home. Smoked salmon is exactly what it sounds like. Super, super smoky in flavor, and then that natural salmon flavor, a little bit sweet. But this one in particular, you can taste that the smoking process is really strong in the flavor. That is awesome. Just put the piece of salmon on the cracker. Oh yeah. Okay, that smoked salmon is absolutely incredible, but it's time to start cooking our lobsters. So we're just finishing up boiling our lobsters. We just drop them into boiling water, wait for it to come to a boil again, and then about 10 minutes. So these are already smelling and looking delicious. We've got a big bucket of them and more on the way. So the only step left is to get the clams and the periwinkles ready for the full feast. All right, we are sitting down now. We have sourced our food, caught our own food, and we're having a true Canadian Atlantic lobster boil. We've got 3 different dishes here. The first one is this over here, which are the periwinkles, which we picked right off the rocks earlier today. And those have just been boiled with a little bit of garlic in them. Over here, we've got the clams that we dug up this morning. And they are fried golden crispy with some lemon on the side and just a little bit of cayenne pepper on the inside. And then of course, can't forget the Atlantic lobster. Look at this, we've just got a mountain of it here in front of us.
They are huge.
Yeah, and it smells incredible. We've got our lobster bibs on.
Yep, and then a bowl of butter.
Yeah, and a bowl of butter with garlic.
We're so ready.
Yeah, we are so ready. So let's start with these periwinkles actually. So we've got these little picks to pick out the periwinkles. They're pretty hard to get at and there's not much meat to them, but they are a tasty little snack. So there, you can see, wow, actually there's more in there than I thought.
Wow, that's a big one.
And I'll dip it in a little bit of butter here. And let's try.
All right.
Yum.
Oh wow.
Wow, they're actually more flavorful than they look.
Wow, that's good.
So let's try the clams next. We've got a little bit of lemon on the side here.
Squeeze it a little bit on top.
Yeah, and also,
oh, that's gonna be good.
We've got tartar sauce on the side here, so I'll give you a spoon.
All right.
And just scoop a little bit of tartar sauce on the side there.
Here.
Yeah. And let's try one of these guys, and they are just golden crispy.
These are still really hot from the fryer.
Yeah, let's try these.
Comfy.
You can tell they're really fresh because there's little bits of almost like sand in there. You do want to let them filter out all of that in a bucket of water before you cook them, but you just know that it's fresh.
Yeah.
There is little bits in there, but it's quite firm and then crunchy on the inside.
Yeah, wow.
Good with that tartar sauce too.
Super good.
Okay, the lobsters are next. I've been waiting for so long, it feels like, just to eat these, and don't worry, we do have a lot of friends over to help us eat these, but we're gonna start, I'm just gonna go in for this big, huge claw right here.
Okay, I'm gonna go in for the side
Break
claw.
this right off.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think I've ever done this before.
The disassembling process is a little bit difficult, so just break this part off.
Okay.
Here.
Mine's a little different.
There. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. You can use our little nutcracker or shell cracker, and you can just break.
All right.
So we've disassembled our claws somewhat, and we've got some big pieces of meat here, so we're gonna dip these in the butter.
Yep.
Oh man. This looks too good.
All right,
Okay,
cheers.
let's try it. Cheers. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That is like perfect.
Almost like naturally creamy, definitely sweet.
Yeah.
The butter is a little bit salty. Oh man.
Really good. Wow.
Oh man. So then all of the best meat, or some of the best meat, is hiding in the tail. Then you can kind of snip and then cut that. There we go. It is getting messy in here, but check out all of that meat. That is just beautiful, beautiful lobster meat. Perfectly held together after pulling it out. Look at how beautiful that is. That is some serious meat. Whew, so we are stuffed. We've still got our bibs on, but what an incredible lobster boil that was.
Yeah.
All the food was delicious. It was such a cool experience today. Digging our own clams, sourcing our lobster, finding the periwinkles, and then cooking it all up and just having a true maritime feast. I'm really happy we could show you our hometown, or our home province, New Brunswick, here in Canada, because we make a lot of videos traveling all over the world, but we've never made one here.
Yeah.
What did you think about the whole experience,
Oh,
Sabrina?
the whole experience was awesome. I loved meeting everybody and hiking through the nature and seeing all of the natural beauty here in New Brunswick has been a real treat. We've been away too long.
Yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. So why don't you let us know down in the comment box what the most delicious food looked like, and also what looked the most exciting out of today's episode. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, let us know down in the comment box. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on another video soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Don't distract
Don't
me.
look down.
Now what? Jesus Christ. Ah,
You made it.
made it. Woo.